Liverpool storm into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup by beating Wolves 3-1 at the Molineux Stadium, and yeah, it was a good performance. Welcome to Marching Reds. I am Aman Chima, and here I am to review the FA Cup fifth round game played between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Liverpool at the Molineux Stadium. So let's start right away. This fixture was played 3 days ago in the Premier League, and the result over there was something that no Liverpool fan liked. And on top of that, the way we performed and the way we were completely switched off for the goals that we conceded, that was the lingering concern that we had heading into the game. And we just wanted to see some fight in this team, and that was the pleasing thing about the game today. Looking at the lineups, again, Mohamed Arshvili did not get a start, and I'm pretty sure that there must have been conversations happening with him on like what his role is, because when he did sign for Liverpool and then went on loan last season, he was well aware of the fact that Allison is a number one, and maybe he would have liked a bit more game time this season. But till the time, everybody's happy in the camp and we are winning. I've got no complaints about it. So Allison started in goal. In the left back position, it was Andy Robertson. Virgil van Dijk was partnered with Joe Gomez as a centre back pairing, and it was Dominic Soboslai who was starting in that right back position. In the midfield, you saw Alexis McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, and Curtis Jones operating, and up top on the right flank was Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo as a striker, and our young sensation Rio Ngamoua starting in that left wing position. The first half was on similar lines to what we saw in the last game, but there was much needed freshness from the Liverpool team. And although all the attacking prowess was happening from that left flank, and as soon as Rio gets the ball, you do get excited whenever he's trying to dart in inside the box. And it's just the youth, it's just the confidence that he has right now, which is just carrying the team forward. And the positive thing is that he is given that role. But if you are looking on the overall picture, you don't want a 17-year-old being that only outlet available. So he started on a lively note, and I think that just got transcended to the other team members as well. So first half, although we had a lot of attempts, we had a lot of corners, but there was nothing to show for on the scoreline. But again, similarly to what we saw 3 days ago, we kept Wolves away from our goal, and there wasn't any situation or unwanted situation that Wolves created. So you could see a positive momentum being carried with us, although we did not dominate the game, but we did control large parts of the ball. The second half had all the goals in this game, and you do have to understand the fact that it's a FA Cup game. At the end of the day, it's a knockout round, and even though Wolves, who are sort of struggling in the Premier League, although did not struggle against us somehow, but even they wanted to give a proper go at it, and having just wounded us few days ago, they were, or they would have been licking their lips on the fact that we might beat them again and send ourselves through to the quarterfinals. But that wasn't the case. Andy Robertson, who had a good first half, caught our first goal of the game. He gets the ball right outside the box and takes his shot. Usually it goes over the bar, but this time he struck it so sweetly and it went inside the net, and that was 1-0 Liverpool. And within a minute or so later, it was like rolling back the years, because we've seen this before, the fact that Robertson crosses and Salah scores. So happy for Mo as well. Now it's 2 games in which he's got consecutive goals. And as I've said, if he can start scoring, if he can get on a streak, that would really be welcomed. All Liverpool fans would rejoice about and would help the team as well, because there are big games coming up. So 2-0 to Liverpool, and suddenly out of the blue, you could see Wolves being a little more open now. And then Curtis Jones gets his goal. Incredible finish by him. Gets the ball outside the box and takes a few challenges on, and like with his left foot curls it off perfectly, and that was game done and dusted. Although you could see a lot more influence being made by our wing play, and I'll come to that later. But in the end, Wolves do get a consolation goal when it was Huang Hee Chan who sort of just got the ball from the goalkeeper and split our defenses and it was similar to what we conceded 3 days ago, the first goal that we conceded. And I mean, at that point of time, you just knew that, I mean, it would have been great if you could have come away with a clean sheet and having corrected the things that we did wrong the other day. But 3-1, we'll take it. We move on to the next round. And that was job done today. It is a much needed victory, knowing very well that our confidence must have been dented from the last game, but it's a confidence regaining victory. So I just hope that with the Galatasaray tie coming up and a few games coming up in the Premier League before the international break, this win should sort of make sure that, okay, the last game was a blip, something that we need to get out of our system, and now we can start getting on a roll again. Now, looking at the way we played in the first half, it was all Rio and Gamoa. All our influential or impactful attacks or flows were being made from that left flank side. And as soon as Frimpong came on, you could see the momentum shifting from that left flank to the right flank, because as soon as you've got pace over there and a person who has the ability to take on one-on-ones and challenge those defenses, definitely there is a bigger chance for you to start creating opportunities to score, especially if you are facing a low block team. Not saying that Wolves played a low block, but just in general. Although I would like to be a little critical of Jeremy Frimpong's last touch whenever he gets inside the box. I think he takes that one extra touch, which is completely unnecessary, because that just allows the defender to come back or the goalkeeper to be in a better position to curtail any situation. So, I mean, in the West Ham game, he did end up getting an assist to the own goal for the fifth goal. But this time around, there were opportunities where if he could have been a little more clinical with his decision making, we could have seen a lot more goals coming in for our way. But it is what it is, and I'm just happy to see him back. Florian Wirtz also played a 15, 17 odd minute cameo, so happy for him. It is a much needed boost that we get our German back, and hopefully that is how we get our flow back. And yeah, it was good to see him come back and play a few minutes here. We also saw Morrison, our young academy youth, come onto the pitch for the dying moments. And again, Train Yoni did eventually come onto the pitch. Although I would have loved to see Chiesa, but I just think that Arne Slot's handling of Chiesa, although might be publicly critical, but given the fact that he knows or he is much more aware about his actual physical situation and how fit he is, I think we just have to believe in him. And if he is deciding not to start or get Chiesa on, there must be something to it. Although as Liverpool fans, we love his chant. We love to see him on the pitch because he's all Liverpool at heart. But yeah, it is what it is. And advancement to the next round is now secured. It would be interesting to see who would we be facing in the quarterfinal round. And I would love for it to be a home game, because after that, once we do get into the semis and the finals, it would be at Wembley. So no home advantage to any team for that matter over there. So yeah, good win, much needed win. And it was good to see Hugo Ekitike being completely taken care of. No minutes for him. And yeah, it should be, as I said, a much needed confidence boosting win, and on to the Champions League we go. So let me know what you thought about the starting lineup at first, and let me know how you felt during the game. Personally, I just feel that if we can have this sort of performance again and again, we should be in a good position come end of the season. But again, it is about being consistent and just more of this performances, please. So let me know what you thought about the game. Let me know if you think we have it in us to go all the way in this competition. Everything in that comment section below. And I will see you very shortly in the preview of the Galatasaray game. Till then, take care.